Welcome, everybody. It's our first time really doing this in a theater since I've been here, and it's a decent crowd, so I thank you for that. How excited are we to hand out some fantastic prizes to some fantastic filmmakers? My name is Brian Owens. I'm the Artistic Director of the Nashville Film Festival. It is my job to go through, actually this year, over 3,100 entries to narrow them down to the final selection. And those entries represented more than 125 nations, which is also a record. We're excited about that diversity. And the final selection this year was 253 films representing 55 countries. So to those of you who had a film in this festival, you deserve a major round of applause because you beat a lot of odds to get there. We, of course, need to take a little bit of time to thank our presenting sponsor, Nissan. Without their hard work and support, this festival wouldn't happen. But also, without all the hard work of the filmmakers, obviously the festival wouldn't happen. So let's get started. Our first category are the sponsored awards. Now, these are awards that are presented by partner organizations and friends of the festival. Some of these have been previously presented, but we still want to acknowledge those filmmakers this evening. Up first, the Women in Film and Television Award for Best Feature by a Female Filmmaker that was presented earlier in the week to Beth Harrington for The Winding Stream. Our next prize is the Outstanding LGBT Film, and that has not been announced until right now. Unfortunately, the filmmakers are not with us, but we would like to send our congratulations to Ben Kotner and Ryan White for The Case Against AIDS. Our next prize, also given away earlier this week, is the NPT Human Spirit Award. And that was presented to Jesse Ressler for The Starfish Throwers. A new prize this year is the Lipscomb University Ecumenical Jury Prize. And there it is. This new prize actually is selected from the films that represent religion and spirituality in daily life, encompassing all religions. We had films this year that represented Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, and general spirituality of all types. So we're very proud of that. But the Lipscomb Ecumenical Jury selected Pavel Pawlikowski's Ida. And for our next prize, which is a new announcement tonight, I would like to bring down Yuri Kunsa, the president of the Nashville Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, for their award for Best Hispanic Film or Latin American Film. Ladies and gentlemen, Yuri Kunsa.
Thanks, Brian. Good night, everybody, or good evening, everybody. Buenas noches. I wanted to acknowledge this film and introduce this film in a way that it may resonate to all of us. We have a very important component of the film festival, which is the international presence. So Nashville becomes a place that those that are in far distant places of the world can think of a place that they can also be celebrated. And to me, after being 20 years in the United States, I think it plays an important role and a great honor to be part of an organization that is a partner of the film festival for many years now, and is in charge of identifying those films that have this great merit, not only the artistic one, but also the human, the social, the political, and all of those great things that makes us so valuable as a species, I think. Going into that, I wanted to recognize from the many submissions and many finalist films that were part of this category, or were part of the whole competition of films. We also found that the film that I'm about to introduce, that I'm not going to name, I was about to name it, but I was told not to, is a film that has an artistic component, of course, being a film, but also has those elements of the relevance of each one of us playing a role as a catalyst, as an agent of change in societies, in communities, in places in which sometimes we forget the role we play. So with that, I would like to introduce the award-winning film for our category, The Invisible Collection. And I had a question to meet the director last night. And so congratulations to him, and also to his representative, Isabel, if you can come down, please. And please tell us a little bit about the film, since you did most of the research here, right?
Yes. Thank you all so much. Almost 8 years ago, in May of 2006, I've just finished my master's in film at the University of Iowa. Bernard was so nice to give me a job going back to my hometown and to my home state to research this film. So for me, it was an amazing homecoming. I would have never imagined that 8 years later, I would be driving from my home now in Memphis, Tennessee, to come here and accept this award. This film is so personal to me because 8 years ago, I was doing, if you've seen the film, and I hope you do see if you haven't, I've done the same journey as the film's protagonist, going to that state, to that small town, and to find these people. So, well, thank you all so much.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Great.
All right, another new award added this year that we're excited about and we hope to build upon is the Prize of the Youth Jury. In this particular prize, what we do is we take films that have an interest or tell stories about people who are teenagers and young adults, and then have those prizes juried by teenagers and young adults to find the film that they see that most authentically reflects that time in our lives. And the jury this year, young people named Sam Brancho, Nia Warren, and Dane Setzer, we thank them for their service. They're still all in high school, so they could not be here tonight. But after viewing the nominated films, they selected Kate Logan's Kidnapped for Christ as the winner. All right, our next category is the Graveyard Shift. This, for those who are not aware, it's the first time it's been a jury prize. This is our late night movies, our genre fare, the outrageous stuff. Our first special jury prize is both for cinematography and direction, and it goes to the cinematographer and directors of The Strange Color of Your Body's Tears. Seriously, if you've not seen the movie, look up the trailer and you'll understand why very quickly. See what I mean? All right, up next is Graveyard Shift for Best Actor, and that goes to Eric Cantona for You and the Night. Best Actress was a tie. It goes to Robin Wright for The Congress and Carla Yuri for Wetlands. And then finally, Graveyard Shift short film goes to Adan Yodorovsky for The Voice Thief. And then they had an honorable mention in the feature competition in Graveyard Shift, and that goes to Jan Gonzalez for You and the Night. A little note on that, after it screened here on Friday evening, its second screening in the US, it was announced a few days later that Strand Releasing has picked it up for distribution in the United States, so you will be able to catch it later in the year. And then finally, the Grand Jury Prize, oh, and there's an image, I keep forgetting that part. And the Grand Jury Prize in the Graveyard Shift goes to David Winet's Wetlands. And if we're able to finish tonight, the jury views things in advance on big screens, small screens, whatever screens we can get them into timing-wise for their very busy schedules. It actually plays at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So you'll have a chance to see it if you have not already. I give you fair warning, you'll know within the first 5 minutes whether you want to stay for the rest of it or not. All right. The next category is actually another one that we're recapping, but we want to acknowledge the filmmakers. These awards were given out last night at NAF Cinema at Walk of Fame Park after we shared the fun and outrageous and sometimes occasionally dark and disturbing short films as they were part of the Tennessee Horizon Night. But we do want to re-acknowledge the Ground Zero Tennessee Spirit Award winners. First was the honorable mention, which is Paul Harrell for Something Anything. And the grand jury prize winner in the audience, guys, if you want to stand and give away, Jace Freeman and Sean Clark for The Ballad of Shovels and Roads. All right, the next category is the New Directors Narrative Competition. I add the word narrative just to make sure that people know that these are narrative feature films that just happen to be by first-time directors. Their first prize was a special jury prize that they wanted to give to a filmmaker who had an incredible visual eye. So the special jury prize for cinematography went to Chase Irvin for Medeas. Up next is the Best Actress Award in the New Directors Narrative Competition. And that was given to Academy Award nominee Caterina Sandino Moreno for Medeas. The next prize in the competition is Best Actor. And that goes to Jeremiah Bitsui for Drunk Town's Finest. Up next are the honorable mentions. These are the films that they really, really loved and respected, but just not quite as much as the grand jury prize winner. But seriously, these are the ones that they wanted to let everybody know that were of high quality and were merely just eked out by an inch by the grand jury prize winner. That's how close it was. And I do have proof of that when I read their jury statement when we get there. But the first honorable mention, because that's how tough their decision was, they couldn't decide between more than one, actually goes again to Sidney Freeland for Drunk Town's Finest. And the next honorable mention goes to, and if you had the chance to meet the filmmaker while he was here, you know what a charming and impactful young man he is. It goes to Tommy Oliver for 1982. And then finally, the New Directors Grand Jury Prize with the following statement. For the Grand Jury Prize, we considered the fundamental elements of filmmaking, storytelling, photography, character development, editing, and pacing, as well as surprises, twists, and turns, and originality. As a result, we, the jury of the New Directors Competition, award our Grand Jury Prize to Sean Christensen for Before I Disappear. Sean couldn't make it this year, but I do want to tell a little bit of a story about that film, and part of the reason why it's exciting. In 2012, Sean had a short film at this festival called Curfew. That film won the Grand Jury Prize from the Shorts jury. That film, which if you were at our Shorts Awards ceremony, you know that we're an Oscar qualifier for short films. That film then went on to get shortlisted for an Academy Award, then get nominated for an Academy Award, and then win the Academy Award. And so we were really excited for Sean, and then that film was adapted and turned into Before I Disappear. So we're really excited. But before you think there's any favoritism to that, our New Directors jury did not know any of that story. So, but still, it's really an amazing, amazing story, an amazing way to see how careers can be developed here at the festival. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the documentary competition. And here to present the awards are all three of our jurors, so the exact opposite of the New Directors jury. Ben Hall from Channel 5 here in town, Allison Inman, Director of Education at the Belcourt, and Mark Rabinowitz, film critic and producer.
Hey, okay, what do we got here? This was a really tough
category, as doc categories often are. We spent, there were quite a lot of films, and they're pretty much all, up there. So we had a fair amount of haranguing in this. But the first thing we'd like to do you want to read it, or you want me to read it?
Special jury prize?
Yeah, we have a documentary special jury prize for courageous and investigative filmmaking, and that goes to Kate Logan for Kidnapped for Christ.
Nice.
And then, as Mark said, it was a very hard choice. We wanted to recognize many films from all the films we watched, but for honorable mention, we picked a film. I'm an investigative reporter at Channel 5 and respect deeply the time and effort it takes to get an interview that no one else has gotten. That's what this film did that we are honoring. It shed new light on a subject that we've all heard something about, but really through interviews and through documents really brought it home. And so we want to give an honorable mention to Happy Valley,
Woo!
which was a great film.
Pardon me. Now for the Grand Jury Prize. This was a film that it shed some light on a story that none of us knew, and that anybody who sees it will know that. And the statement we want to read is, while most of Europe turned its back on the Jews during the Holocaust, Albania and its mostly Muslim population risked everything to help them. An inspiring work that sheds light on one of the darkest events in human history, this film examines the power of a promise and uses an emotional and deeply personal story to reveal a cultural code and strengthen integrity that is sorely needed in the world today. And that goes to Rachel Goslin for Besa, The Promise.
All right, we're going to take a quick break from the Feature Film Awards and talk about a brand new award at the festival. That is the Film Musicians Secondary Market Fund Award for Best Original Song. We followed the rules of the Academy almost to a T, and had filmmakers with feature films in the festival submit their songs, and then those were reviewed by a jury of local musicians and songwriters. They were Ruby Amanfu, Grammy Award nominee for her work with Sam and Ruby, and also for her work with Jack White, producer Kason Cooley, and singer-songwriter Kate York. So we were very thankful to them. There was supposed to be a top 5, but decisions were tough, so there was a top 6. The 6 nominees were Sophia So Far from Before I Disappear, written by Sean Christensen, and performed by Goodnight Radio. Davina from I Believe in Unicorns, written by Sasha Gordon, performed by Natalia Dyer, Ariel East, Sasha Gordon, and Emily Young. Rock and Roll Girls from Lucky Them, written and performed by Ryan Eggle. Nenye Yezu, or Let the Heart Arise, from Marianne, written and directed by Kuti Rabati and A.R. Rahman, performed by A.R. Rahman. And yeah, that's the Academy Award winner for Slumdog Millionaire, if you recognize the name. And also, Key and Lock from Undiscovered Girl, written and performed by Nikki Black. And finally, Until You're Mine, written and performed by Savannah Jeffries, also from Undiscovered Girl. After listening to those songs, one was selected, and the inaugural winner of the FMSMF Award for Best Original Song goes to Davina from I Believe in Unicorns, written by Sasha Gordon, performed by Natalia Dyer, Ariel East, Sasha Gordon, and Emily Young. And I believe we have someone here to represent the film.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Hi. Hi, I'm Karen Dyer, and the director nor the composer could be here. So the director's left me with some words to say. Thank you to Brian and Josh and everyone at the Nashville Film Festival for inviting this film. I'd like to accept the award on behalf of composer Sasha Gordon, director Leah Meyerhoff, and my daughter Natalia Dyer, who is the lead actress, and she plays Davina, and she also does the vocals, and she's a recent graduate of Nashville School of the Arts. She hums a repeated melody under her breath throughout the film, which is woven into a score like another instrument. By the end credits, she has finally found her voice, both literally and metaphorically. Thank you for this award, and also thank you for believing in unicorns.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I know, it's a big swipe right there. Our next category is the Bridgestone Narrative Competition. And that jury was Brad Horvath, a producer and sales rep from Toronto, Canada. Rosie Wong from the Sales and Industry Office at Sundance. And also from Film Movement, Megan Wertz, who's here to speak for the jury. Come on down and join us, Megan.
All right, so we had a lot of fun this last month. I felt like we traveled around the world. We got to visit many different countries and parts of America, you know, from India to Kazakhstan to Greece to Brazil, Detroit, Nashville. Really, I don't need to travel for the next couple years. So yeah, I have a couple awards to give tonight. Unfortunately, my other two jury members couldn't be here. The first award is a special award that goes to a special jury prize for cultural significance. All right, and that award goes to Mariana Gorbach and Mehmet Bahadir for Love Me. It's a co-production between Turkey and Ukraine, a very beautiful film. Actually, was just mentioned in the New York Times on Sunday. Okay, the next award is our special jury prize for original vision. This is also was very difficult. I think we spent a total of 2 hours discussing. Yeah, there were a lot of great films. This one goes to Buzzard, a film that premiered at South by Southwest, Joel Potrykus. It's going to be in cinemas. Best actor goes to a Greek man by the name of Manolis Mavromatakis.
Oh, nice, yeah. Good.
Yeah, who was in The Enemy Within. Our best actress, an up-and-coming gal who I think we're going to be seeing a lot of, Britt Robertson, who plays Katie Campenfeld in Undiscovered Girl.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you. Wow. I feel weird accepting on her behalf. Okay. Thank you. Oh my gosh, she's going to love this. She's going to love this. It's weird to accept an acting award on her behalf, but Britt was definitely a very easy choice for casting in our film. She is up and coming. Her next role is actually opposite George Clooney in Tomorrowland, which is like a $400 million movie. So you'll see her very soon. We were so proud to have her in the film, and she definitely gave a very good delivery, and I think everyone that sees our film ends up talking about her above the other cast. So I think that's a testament, considering they're all quite a bit more famous than her. So watch out for her, and thank you so much. Wow, cool.
All right, Louise LeClaire Award for Best Screenplay goes to a very special film, beautifully shot, which already has been mentioned tonight, The Invisible Collection, Bernard Attal's film.
Well, it's great for me to accept this because my brother actually wrote the film as well, along with Bernard, so thank you.
Best Music in a Narrative Feature, also very tough. We saw some great films with wonderful soundtracks. This one was discussed for I think at least 30 minutes. That award goes to the producers, director, musicians behind Undiscovered Flora. Come back up.
Yeah, I'll say, I can't sing even close to as good as these girls do. Actually, our soundtrack is a really interesting story. I don't know if you're interested, but I'll share a little tidbit. We did a cross-country search around the US and Canada to find undiscovered female singer-songwriters who were the age of 13 to 21. Actually, one of them featured in the film is 14 now, but she was 13 when she submitted. And I can happily say the soundtrack will be released along with the film when it gets released in early fall. And it's truly unique, so hopefully if you get a chance to see the film, you'll definitely feel like the music stands out, or so I keep hearing around the festival. So thank you guys, that's, yeah, so sweet. Do I need another? No.
So honorable mention, also we wanted to give out many, at least 2 or 3 awards for grand jury. It was unfortunately not possible. We have found a film that we think is worthy of that. It's Little Brother, Serek Epimov's film from Kazakhstan. When you hear of a Kazakhstani film, you think of Borat. And that's how us Americans have learned about Kazakhstan, and it's a really beautifully shot, well told, very well acted film. So,
Yeah. Oh, wait.
oh,
There's a slide missing.
there is a slide missing for the last one. Right?
We'll back up. Yeah. Grand jury prize. So-
Grand jury prize.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Wait.
Don't worry, no. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You just missed a slide.
Stand here and look pretty.
So we have prepared a statement for our grand jury prize winning film. It goes to a very well-paced, poignant coming-of-age film that is both sensitive and laugh-out-loud funny. We were particularly impressed with the way the film shifts perspective between 15-year-old Hector and his 35-year-old single mother, Paloma, and the embodiment of those characters by Lucio Gimenez Cacho and Maria Renee Prudencio. Their exceptional performances, the way in which the camera captures their quiet moments and conversations, and the film's insight into adolescence and separation anxiety make it both distinct and a true pleasure to watch. We look forward to many more films from this incredible director in the years to come. And the Grand Jury Prize goes to Fernando Ainca's Club Mexico from Mexico. Club Sandwich from Mexico. Sorry. Is that going to be turned again? Or are we done with that?
Yeah. The final category is the Gibson Music Films Music City Competition. One of our most exciting prizes because, of course, it is Music City. And the jury this year was Nat Dykman, owner of one of the largest record stores in the Chicagoland at one point, and director of the Lake County Film Festival, Craig Mintz, executive director of the Indianapolis International Film Festival, and producer and filmmaker Joe Pacheco. And Joe is here with us to help announce these awards.
This is a special category for obvious reasons. And as a filmmaker myself, my first film was a music documentary. My next film will be a music documentary, and everything this year was really inspiring to me, especially, as well as Nat and Craig. So the special jury prize for art and activism goes to Alive Inside, a film about music and memory. The next honorable mention award goes to The Ballad of Shovels and Rope.
Come on down, man.
And one thing I really love about this film is the filmmaker's perspective, in that we didn't hear from you guys in the film, and you just let the story play itself out. So that was really special.
Cool.
Stop and say something to him.
Thank you very much. We definitely appreciate this, being from this city and loving this festival. So I want to give a special thank you to my wife for letting me go to Charleston all these years and spend a lot of time there filming this. So thank you.
Yeah,
No, go ahead, John.
I was saying thank you. Again, just thank you very much. This is a very incredible experience for us. So yeah.
Fantastic. I want to thank the guys, and I also want to let them know, and they're going to have to fight over it. One of these two gorgeous Gibson Les Pauls is part of the trophy for the Gibson Music Films Music City Jury Award. So, congratulations. And make sure to get your picture taken there with that. Like I said, try not to beat him up with it or anything like that.
The grand jury prize. And thanks, Mark, for having me cross out the spoiler alert in the statement. This year's Music Films Music City competition presented an impressive slate of films. With its intimate and honest portrayal of a music legend's battle with Alzheimer's, this film captures a family's commitment to love and laugh through the adversity of a debilitating disease. Director James Keach's compelling depiction of the journey crafts a poignant tribute to both the music and the man. And the winner is Glenn Campbell. I'll be there.
And ladies and gentlemen, here to accept the award tonight are the members of his family, and we're so thrilled to have you guys. I'm getting a little emotional about that. I'm so honored. Thank you, and congratulations to you, and to James for making a wonderful movie, and to your entire family. If you'd like to say a few words, we'd love to hear.
Oh, wow. Well, okay, first of all, on behalf of James Keach and Trevor Albert, I'd like to thank the Nashville Film Festival. And also, I'd like to thank the fans that came out to see the film and came out to see us every night on tour for the last 2 years. It was such a blessing that James and Trevor came to our family and wanted to make this documentary to tell my dad's story, because, you know, now he can't really tell it. But it just means so much to us that everyone is being so supportive of this film. And I know it was my dad's dream when we started making this film that it would rally the country to move forward and figure out how to fight this problem of Alzheimer's disease, and that hopefully someday we can end it completely and it won't be a problem, it'll be a memory, which will be a great thing to have as a memory. So just thank you so much. We are really honored and we really appreciate the support. Thank you.
Again, congratulations. It's so incredible. It's such a great movie. Amongst the many, many great movies that we had here at the festival this year.
Congratulations on your award tonight. Tell us about The Invisible Collection.
Well, it's a Brazilian film. I hope you all get a chance to see. It's a beautiful journey. I am from Bahia, the state in which the film takes place. I did the research. The research started actually almost exactly 8 years from today, and on May 2006. So it's this journey from a guy from a big city that has to go to a small town and to find a collection, and the invisible collection, and you have to watch the film to know why it's invisible and the whole story. But it's a beautiful film. And we just got an award for Best Screenplay and the NAHCC Award for Best Hispanic or Latin American Film. So I'm very excited.
We made The Ballad of Shovels and Rope, and it's a music documentary about a husband and wife musical duo. They get married and they start a band. They're both singer-songwriters. And so we follow them as they travel around the country in their van, writing songs, and playing in clubs and waiting tables, and then we follow them as the Emerging Artist of the Year for the Americana Music Awards.
Fantastic. So, from what you told me last night, you used the funding from your Ground Zero Award last year to fund this project. 2 awards on this project. It's got to be unreal, right?
Yeah, we're very grateful.
Yes, very. It's almost doesn't make sense. So we started this film actually we started 4 years ago. So literally this last leg of it was daunting. So the Ground Zero Award really brought us through, and it probably wouldn't have been finished by this time in time to be in this festival if it wasn't for it. So yeah, it was great.
Well, the film is it's a bit of a coming of age story about a girl who's taking a gap year before university to discover herself and the trials and tribulations associated with that, and exactly what that means to her. And for her, she tracks all that she does in the form of a blog, and that blog becomes a bit of a contentious situation for what is real and potentially what is not, and what she embellishes and what she doesn't. And it essentially leads to her real discovery at the end of the film, which you have to see to know, but there's quite a bit of a twist at the end. So that's basically it. Great cast. So happy to have them.